Oxen of the Sun. What the holy fuck? Oh my god. Like, crewmates, if you've got through it, fucking well done. If you're about to launch on it, strap the fuck in. This is as hard as it gets. If you Google what is the hardest chapter in James Joyce's Ulysses, it will come up straight away, Oxen of the Sun. This is it. This is the big challenge. This is the chapter that makes me think, shit, like, do I even speak English? You know, do I even understand the English language? I don't even know whether Chris Rich has got any solutions, you know. I was absolutely flabbergasted reading this chapter now, and I was when I read it the first time round, but I think the second time round there was an expectation of, oh shit, yeah, I know what's coming, okay, like, yeah, this is going to be hard, okay, I've got this. Absolutely not. I did not understand a word. I got the just from reading it and looking at Chris Rich's video and stuff like that, I got the sense that obviously Bloom goes to the hospital to check on Mean Foy? Who's the Mina Purefoy? That's it. So Bloom goes to check on Mina Purefoy, and then he suddenly is drinking with Stephen Dedalus. So, and then I got the sense that they're kind of wetting the baby's head because the baby is born within that time frame. But then I wasn't sure whether they're at the pub. And then when I think I read either Chris Rich or Sparks Note said they were in a room, like in a, you know, like a house party in someone's house, a room. But then there were bits of the chapter that started talking about the surgeon from the hospital coming in and telling them that the baby had been born. And I thought, well, why is he in the building if it's meant to be in a hospital? Are they drinking in a hospital? Then I'm thinking, well, there wouldn't be a room where you just allowed a load of drunk old men just to, you know, have a drink in a hospital. So the whole thing was like a weird, you know, psychedelic dream trip. And it was quite unpleasant. It's weird. One thing I was thinking about, do you remember that chapter a while back that I was moaning on about, saying it was all academic claptrap? When Stephen went to the library and he was speaking with a bunch of academics, well, that got us all a bit riled, I think, because we found it a struggle to get through. But that got me annoyed in a way that I was annoyed with the language and annoyed with the academics and how they were talking and how they were thinking they were better than everyone else. And also I couldn't understand a lot of the references that they were saying, and that annoyed me. But this annoyed me or frustrated me in a different way, which was pure and utter confusion. Like, I was sliding down every fucking word, sentence, paragraph, page, and became completely lost in it. In fact, at the end of the chapter, I was so annoyed that for the second time, I hadn't managed to grip on, and it was like a grease pole, like the whole bloody chapter. I thought, right, I'm going back to the beginning and I'm going to read it like the first page and just cling the fuck on, right? So I did, literally even then, like, so I'm going to read this out loud now, just so that you're bearing witness to this. And hopefully, if any of you lot can make sense of this, please do, because I am fucking lost at sea. Okay, we'll just do a few sentences, but Des Hill Holles Iasmus. Des Hill Holles Iasmus. Des Hill Holles Iasmus. Okay, so I guess that's some sort of reference to some sort of religious, you know, service or kind of some sort of ceremony that we're, and I get that vibe, you know, I don't need to fully understand it to get that vibe. Send us bright one, light one, horn, quickening and womb fruit. Send us bright one, light one, horn, quickening and womb fruit. Send us bright one, light one, horn, quickening, and womb fruit. Hoopsa boy boy, hoopsa boy boy, hoopsa boy boy, hoopsa. I get it. It's a ceremonial thing. They're saying, let's welcome this baby, and they're doing the language is using is repetition, exactly like they do in like the Catholic Church and other religions, where you say something and they repeat, and it's, you know, I get it. I get this bit. Then, universally, that person's acumen is esteemed very little perceptive concerning whatsoever matters are being held as most profitably by mortals with sapience endowed to be studied, who is ignorant of that which the most in doctrine erudite, and certainly by reason of that in them high minds ornament, deserving of veneration, constantly maintain, when by general consent they affirm that other circumstances being equal by no exterior splendour, is the prosperity of a nation more I can't even pronounce that word, asserted than by the measure of how far forward may have progressed the tribute of its solicitude for that pluriferent continuance which of evils the original, if it be absent when fortunately present, constitutes the certain sign of omnipolent nature's incorrupted benefaction. Like, I just can't. I just can't. I am sliding around like, fuck me. Take it word by word. Take it like line by line, because that is one sentence that I just read. I can't do it. Like, crikey. Someone help. I mean, what was interesting, I don't know whether any of you have seen Chris Rich's video, but you should do after you've seen this, is Chris Rich was explaining that throughout this chapter, Joyce is kind of trying to do the evolution of language. So he starts the language really, really basic, and then it evolves as the chapter progresses, just in the way like a baby grows in the womb and evolves until it's born. And I did get some of that, like when there was stuff that was like medieval English. They were talking about knights, you know, and I thought, and you know, kind of like an old English language. And I did think, I thought, oh yeah, you might be onto something here. But then, I don't know, by the end of the chapter, it still seemed quite hard to grasp onto. So I thought, I don't see any evolution at all. But my God, this is crazy. And it began to make me question whether, you know, ages ago I said to you, like, you know, Ulysses isn't a book to be enjoyed, you know, and then it makes us re-evaluate what's important in a book. You know, is enjoyment the main factor of a book, or is it challenge, you know, and it's certainly enjoyment isn't a factor in there, but even like to even understand it, is that a factor? Because I know that when I finished Ulysses for the first time, it changed my life. And I think this chapter being in this book is really important. Even though we may not understand it, it sculpts our whole appreciation of the book when it's finished. So we've got to row through it. But I just want to give you reassurance that it's fucking hard. And if understanding and comprehension of that chapter, you know, is, I couldn't. I was even mixed up about the plot, like crazy. And it's really rough seas, but you will know this is the hardest chapter in the book. The hardest book to read in the world, and the hardest chapter in the book is this one. So you've done really well getting to here, and I just encourage you to carry on. The next chapter, Circe, is also a fucking stinker, right? And it's a long one, but it's set out like a play. So I'm going to suggest that maybe we read a little bit faster, maybe 20 pages a night rather than 10, just to try and get through it a bit more, because there's less text on each page. but I don't know whether I'll do a video halfway through because it's a lot. Like Circe is a very long chapter. It's almost like a miniature book. But yeah, please try and hold on. Like this is part, like it's a bit like life, you know, Ulysses. There are times in your life that are fucking shit, you know, but those shit times you need, because it sculpts, you know, it creates the whole picture of your life, and it brings light and shade, and it makes the times of happiness feel, you know, different and better and more appreciative. And you need to stick with this book because this book is like life, and this is a dark, very dark period. But yeah, you've got to cling on. Keep rowing, shipmates.